This is Tidal Affair Before the Storm. I'm already digging the art style of this game. It's very watercolor, but I do feel like that horizon, the ocean and everything, it feels way too cut. It feels way too off in that sense. Obviously, there's no real movement going on here. It's just the separate... I should say there's no animation going on right here. It's just the separate pictures kind of moving together to make a pretty simple animation. But it is pretty effective, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that style. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Training. Okay, apparently if you don't click, you don't get through that. So next time you see training, click. Welcome to the first VR training session, says the trainer. I have left you some instructions on the ground to get you started. So no sound, no music right now. WASD to move around. I kind of like the transistor-esque style going on right here. Look at that, you can fall off cliffs. See, now I've learned. It's important that you learn. Though I don't know why I'm brought to this screen where I have to wait. There we go. So anyway, it looks like I can absolutely fall off of anything. There's no like limits right here. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why they'd give me the chance to kind of fall right off. But hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to test. It seems like a pointless option, though. Now, one thing I'm noticing about the movement, and it's a little odd. Now, you see when I start moving, the camera actually kind of zooms in on me a little bit and then zooms out, which means if I'm kind of like tapping like that, look at that, the camera's just kind of needlessly shifting around like that. I don't know why, but that's really jarring to me. That's like a really jarring effect. Another thing I've noticed is the longer you're running, if you're running for a long time right here and I let go, there's about a solid half a second before she stops moving. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but I feel like I might run into things that I don't want to because of that. So I don't know if that's really necessary. That's not even deceleration. It's literally just she is continually moving in that direction well after I said to stop. Hey, look at that. I melee attack with an umbrella. Huh. All right. Giant blue circle glowing thing. That's always a good sign. Let's eliminate the next guard using a takedown. Takedowns can kill successfully performed by striking straight from the back. And remember to sneak to not be heard by the guard. Tap shift once to start sneaking. So it's a toggle, it's not an actual it's not a hold down. Pop. Nice. Now, there wasn't much impact behind that, it felt like. Like there was definitely an animation, but for whatever reason, it didn't really feel like a really solid takedown. It felt a little flat. But let's see if that keeps feeling like that as I go. Now it's time to learn my puppet skills. Let's start by entering and exiting. Okay. So this is puppet mode, it looks like. While you're in puppet mode, select a guard and run him over the edge. So this is why I have the ability to run over edges, because I need to do it to them. Interesting. That there was an impact to, though it looked like it hurt like hell. So let's see. Left mouse click to select a guard, move him and throw him off the edge. So it looks like I'm vulnerable after doing that, and it looks like it actually hurts me. And that's actually pretty solid, you could call it storytelling, if you will, through mechanics. You're actually fully aware of how this impacts your character just by doing it. And that's pretty neat. That's something that not a lot of games do right, but this game did it pretty solidly. I already know that her power impacts her. Anyway, now that you learned basic puppet skill mode, use it to eliminate all dummy guards around you. Alright, so that's pretty simple, right? Just whee! Splat. And I have to wait. Now, this waiting is kind of... oh, but if I press spacebar, it looks like I recover a bit quicker. So there is at least something to do during the waiting, but it's a lot of waiting. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, it looks like I can actually do more, can't I? Look at that. I could have been shooting them all, but whatever. Whee! Next time I'll remember that. And then you just got to kind of mash spacebar to get back into it, which, there's better ways to do it. I'd actually prefer it was like left click or right click or something. That's a little easier to mash. And you really just want to get me back in the action as quick as you can. There is a way you can eliminate a guard when you don't have many options available. Take control of the guard and press space to execute him. Oh, hold space to execute him. Whoops. Let's recover that a bit quicker. So I'm holding space. Okay, it takes a while. It looks like he just kind of punched himself in the head, doesn't it? Alright, Chapter 1, Arrival. Okay, now we got some sound.
she really giving these things away?
Why not? It could save a lot of people.
I guess, but that's not very smart.
You mean profitable?
You make it sound so awful.
Either way, only positive things could come from retrieving these.
Yeah, I'm just glad they ain't docked here at the back of the island. What do you say we ruin their day?
So I dig the overall aesthetic. I do like the watercolors and everything like that, but the animation on that felt a little choppy for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I would have thought that the frame rate would be a lot smoother during those scenes, but they don't seem to be. They seem to be somewhere around the lines of maybe 25 FPS or something. I wasn't really monitoring it. That's just what it seemed like to my eyes. The voice acting was pretty good, but it felt a little disjointed at times right there. But let's keep going with it. Lash, perhaps best if we go one at a time. Yeah, I'll stay several steps behind. So, I was just told that apparently sound effects can be toggled in the menu. So let's see if pressing escape... Ah, so look at that. For some reason, they are, like, off. I don't really know why, but there we go. Looks like I have a map right in the escape menu, too. That's helpful. Much better. Way better with sound effects. So now I have some kind of a revive. Don't know what that does, but okay. Now, looking at the actual graphics, they do a pretty good job of matching the watercolor art style used in the cinematics, and I do appreciate that. I will say that some things look a little out of place. Like when I see this ship right here, I don't feel like it matches the same style. You know, it seems like a giant minimalist 3D boat, but with no real textures behind it, very boxy. I don't know if that's just something that needs improving, or if that's something they were planning on improving, but it's little things like that you kind of want to keep the mindset of the aesthetic alive throughout the entire game, you know? Now we got a lot of the same looking huts right here. Okay, so let's go into sneak mode now. Now, I can use puppet mode, but that's probably going to end up hurting me more down the line. So let's see if we can sneak around, kind of get him in the back. He'll probably, yep, walk right back. I do enjoy this ray casting going on right here. It's pretty easy to see the way this cone is. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Let's see. Oh, that did not count as a backstab. Uh-oh. Oh. It's actually really hard to aim this properly. Caught. That can't be good. Anyway, I did want to mention it's a little hard to aim this properly because I want you to notice something. Where I click doesn't actually influence where I'm aiming. So even though I'm clicking behind me, it's actually aiming over there. And it'd be kind of nice if her body actually followed the area that I'm pointing in. That'd make it a lot easier to get hits like that, because I think the only reason I missed right there, the reason I didn't quite get the back, was because it looked like I hit from the side when it should have been a perfect back attack. So, you know, just something to keep an eye on. It would definitely be way easier on your players if you can actually hit where you're aiming. And yeah, that definitely could have just been a placeholder ship, but, you know, it's always good to point these things out. I don't know if I'll get around to him quick enough right there, but I can't tell if these gray lines... That's going to be handy for something. I don't claim to be great at stealth games, but... Alright, so yeah, he can still see around there, but I'll bet I can just kind of walk with him when he turns around the next time. Or she. I can't tell if that's he or she. That looks like... Is that a scarf he's wearing, or is that really long red hair? Looks like a scarf. Boom! There it is. Now, that animation, I should also mention, there's no getting out of that when you do it. The whole 1,000 to about a second and a half, I want to say. Maybe about a second of animation right there. You are stuck right there that whole time. There's no way out of it. If you ever really want a way to dodge out of that, but it'd be handy. I do dig the style of the parasol, though. It's interesting to see an umbrella, parasol, whatever you want to call it. Interesting to see that as a weapon, especially one that kind of seems to have magical possession powers, so not something you see often. I'm guessing the gray bar means you can be ducking. Yeah, if you're standing, you'll be seen, but if you're crouching, you won't, and that's pretty handy. I did kind of catch on to that as I was doing it. I wasn't sure if that meant you could be heard, or if it was just a scene thing, but yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty handy little feature. There we go. It might be worth making parts of the cone where you'll be seen if you're standing actually a different color, like maybe pink instead of red, like a different shade of red. So I could be killing these guys by taking possession of them, but I only have so much health, so I want to try to save it as much as I can for the big situations. Wonder what's back here. So I had a split path option right here, and I kind of wanted to see what was behind it, but it looks like it's nothing, at least right now. I'll probably be coming back here. I'm sure if I wanted to, I could also get past all this without killing any of them, and that's a pretty cool thing. I wonder if you get any kind of reward for not killing anyone. Oop! Oh, mistakes were made. Okay, so they're smart enough to look around, it looks like. Let's take control of this one. Let's get our money's worth, maybe? Alright, let's see if she'll remember where I was, or he, or it. And it definitely looks like they patrol around a lot more cautiously when you're in caught mode, so that's pretty neat. Let's just go ahead and suicide this one. Om nom. Yeah, muzzle flare right there would help a lot. A lot of things would help a lot with making that seem a little better. But that time around, it did look more like he shot himself with a gun. Alright. Now, while you're in stealth mode, I should point out, you don't always have full view of your character. Like, when I'm back here, it's a little harder to see myself. If I'm in stealth mode and I'm back here, I might not even see myself to know which mode I'm in if I accidentally hit shift and didn't realize it. It might be a good idea to have you actually be able to see your character through blocks like this, to be able to see them through isometric shapes that are over them. Like a little outline or something through this post or through this box would be pretty handy. And it might also be nice to have a little UI element that says what mode you're in, stealth mode or not stealth mode, you know, all that fun stuff. Alright, so we got this big blue thing right here. Ah, okay. So we are coming back. Wonder what this one does. Probably opens this one at some point, I don't know. I don't know why, but I really want the ability to dodge roll in this game. Maybe that's just my natural wants from playing so many top-down isometric games that have dodge rolls in them now, you know? Alright. Revive token. Good times. Now, let's see if I get my health back for this transition. That'd be pretty sweet. I did. Outstanding. Now, the transition there felt a little weak. I feel like you could do more with it, such as instead of just the character stops moving and then a fade out and then a fade back in, what if they just continued to walk through the cave and you heard the footsteps while the fade out happened, and then the fade in happens and she's just walking through here, and you can just continue from there, you know? Fade in. Little better transition. Oh, looks like the sound effects went, no. Bye-bye again. Beta is beta. This guy. Oh, wow! I have TNT in me. Who knew? Wait, so those are my lives? Okay, interesting. So apparently, don't touch the spike traps. Wow, that is a really, really close run. Like, there is very little margin for error right there. There we go. Woo! TNT. Oh, wait, that's right. I forgot. I have to watch out because little edges can kill me. And honestly, that seems a little excessive, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, the only real challenge in it is just remembering. Oh, that feels way too close for comfort. Alright, don't accidentally walk off again. Crushy, crushy. Alright. Now, what's over here? And I do like one thing. I do like the fact that the mouse actually moves the camera. It pans the camera in the direction you move it, and that's actually really handy for looking around. A lot of games don't tend to get that right. Again, going to be no margin for error on this one. Which is tough because I need to be precisely in the right place when they go. Okay. Actually, there was tons of margin for error on that one. Alright, we got another revive token here. So, I genuinely wonder what happens if I run out of revive tokens, or whatever the heck they're called, because, you know, it's entirely possible that that I might have to restart from the very beginning from what I'm seeing. Ooh, weird bunch of lag right there. Alright, so let's see. There's another dude up there. Let's see if we can get a little further up here, take possession, and then maybe kill this guy up here, huh? Yeah, here we go. Wait, so I got caught because... What the heck? So you get caught if you're just seen as the other guy. I can kind of understand it more if maybe if you're seen as the other guy. Oh crap! And they're looking for me. Anyway, I can kind of understand it more if you're seen as the other guy doing something suspicious, but if you're just flat out seen as the other guy... Whoops, I forgot I have to hold down spacebar. I'm not a fan of that mechanic where you have to hold down... Oh, dang it, again! Where you have to hold down the same button that can actually cancel it, because you can accidentally do what I just did right there. And that might kill me, actually. Ooh, that's close. You can accidentally do what I just did right there, which is you tap spacebar thinking it's going to kill him instead of holding it down. You might want to consider a completely different button for suicide, quite frankly. It seems like there's a lot of room for error right there. Accidental error, but error all the same. Alright. So I think we're safe right now, but I don't really have much more health to gamble with. Oh, really? So this is why pits are like this? Because I need to do a perfectly straight one to get an extra life? Nah, hold up. Alright, I think that'll be fine. Whew. Again, I didn't feel much challenge in that. That just felt more like a time waster, quite frankly. There wasn't any skill in me doing that. It was really just a question of me lining it up. And, you know, then once I line it up, I can do this all day with no problem at all. And of course, if it turns out I was a little off and I didn't realize it, then I'm just going to die. So, yeah. I feel like there's a better you know, trick you could do than that. I really don't think there's any reason you should just fall off ledges if you touch them. Personally, I've never been a big fan of instant failure states in games. They seem like a real punishing mechanic. Alright, so if I can crouch down now... Actually... Wow, these guys take a lot of bullets. Like, a large amount of bullets, and then suddenly, like, one will drop them. This is gonna hurt. Come on. What I do like is it looks like different people have different equipments. So if I take control of the right guy, that'll be handy. I've been caught! I don't know if they radioed it in or what, but it seemed like the second I was seen, everyone was on high alert. I'd appreciate it if there was like at least a radio period. I saw there was a period where there was some kind of a bar on him, but I was already caught before that bar filled up, so I don't quite know what's up with that. Alright, so we have another possession chance right here, but I don't know if there's anyone around. Maybe it's just easier for me to take him out. There's one guy over here, but I don't think I could reach him in time. Now I'm getting a lot of frame drops here again, and that's probably just lack of optimization in this particular area. It happens. I kind of wonder if it has anything to do with these cones. Alright. Let's see if I can make it in time. If not, this is going to hurt. Whiffed! You know what? At this point, I'm going to lose probably about the same amount of health if he keeps firing at me, as opposed to me just... Of course, not if I miss. Nah, I probably would have kept more health if I just took control of him and suicided him. It'd be cool if you could actually make that whole transition, or that whole action a little bit quicker, you know? If you could actually have some kind of a quick possession that all it did was once you get it, they just suicide, or not immediately suicide, like it would still take time, but you wouldn't have to go through the motions. But again, I think that would just help more if you had a suicide button as opposed to holding down spacebar, which takes up time. Oh, you know what'd be really nice is if you actually knew for sure when you were in range of hitting somebody by it actually showing, like highlighting them or something like that. So if I were like right behind them and I had my crosshair on them and I was in range, it would highlight them, so I'd know for sure this attack will absolutely cause them to get back attacked. All right, cool, got that one. Any more? No? Suicide. This gonna hurt. Nom. Ate that bullet. Alright. All recovered. There we go. So once again right there, I wasn't quite sure what was going on until I saw the recovery bar, just because if I could see my character through this wall, that'd be a lot more helpful. Hell, all characters in general would be helpful, but at least your character is a minimum. Alright, so I don't know if I have enough health left to force a suicide on somebody, but I guess we'll find out. I'd say the most enjoyable suicide is definitely the one where they fall off a cliff because it had that really cool impact effect. More effects like that would be a big help. Something that really showed that this is hurting her, like massive screen shake, maybe an awesome sound effect, you know the sound of ringing in your ears whenever you're near an explosion or something like that? I mean, you shoot yourself in the head, you'll get quite the ringing in your ears if you're alive to hear it, so that might be a good one. Like a ringing in her ears after a gunshot to the head. Alright, looks like it's safe around here. Wait, is that all the way... Oh, wow. I think that's all the way back. Is there any quicker way to get there? No. Am I backtracking all the way back there? Oh, no. No, sir, no, you don't do that, no. You don't make someone backtrack, even if you're going to put enemies in the way. You don't make someone backtrack through everything they just did. That's rough. So, at the very least, I hope there's at least new people coming in that I have to deal with, no? Oh, no, okay, it's this one. I thought it was going to be the one way, way back there. Still, that's quite a bit of backtracking. It'd be nice if that could be avoided. Oh, look, how'd you get up here? I had to go through all that crap, and you just kind of found a way. I guess they know that we're here. Took them long enough. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so I got 2 revive tokens. See if that carries over. Thanks for playing! If you like this little demo, visit overcurfew.com to subscribe to our mailing list. And we will email you when we release full game. I can English. Alright, and that's what they have so far for Tidal Affair Before the Storm. It's definitely got a good premise, but I feel like it needs some mechanics tightening up, a good fair bit of polish, and a few general things should be looked at, in particular how back attacks happen, how the attacking in general happens, I would say, and a bit more conveyance on why I'm getting caught and everything, and how I can kill people without being caught aside from the back attacks. Little things like that would be pretty handy. But so far it's off to a very good start for a beta. Thank you very much.